let's talk about 2026. The real estate game, it isn't just changing a little bit. It's getting a complete rewrite. You know that old playbook of just riding the market wave with a ton of enthusiasm? Yeah, that's over. Success from here on out, it's going to belong to those who trade in those emotional gut reactions for some cold, hard strategic planning.
You know the feeling, right? Every single agent does. It's that January high. You get the crisp new planner, you write down these huge, bold goals, and there's this surge of, this is it, this is my year. But then, what happens? We launch with all that rocket-fueled ambition, but by the time December rolls around, we're looking back at a plan that's, well, completely off the rails. We spent the whole year reacting to interest rates, reacting to what other agents were doing, reacting to whatever the heck the market threw at us, instead of actually executing our plan. That's the cycle we're here to talk about breaking.
And this really gets to the heart of it all. It's this constant battle between our emotions and our intentions. Here's the bottom line. In this market, just hoping for the best is a recipe for failure. It's just not a strategy. With so much competition and lower volume, you can't just sit around and wait for motivation to show up. To survive, let alone to thrive, you have to make a huge shift, away from gut instinct and towards a real, active, well-defined strategy.
So the big question is, how do we actually make that shift? Well, we do it by adopting what we're going to call the realist's playbook. It's all about moving from that state of reaction to a state of precision.
This is the person we all need to become, a precision planner. And look, that's not just some fancy title, it's a whole mindset. A precision planner builds their business on strategy, not on feelings. Their moves are based on a plan, not on how they feel about the market that day. And most importantly, they execute with just unwavering discipline. The entire playbook for becoming this precision planner really boils down to answering 3 super critical questions. And these are going to be our 3 pillars for this explainer. How are you going to define your brand, sharpen your skills, and build your discipline? Let's break each one down. Okay, first up, brand. And let's be crystal clear about this. We are not talking about your logo or your headshot. Your brand is the promise you make. And more importantly, it's the promise you actually keep with every single client you work with. This slide nails what positioning really means. So who are you? Are you the go-to neighborhood expert who knows the story behind every single street? Are you that razor-sharp negotiation specialist who always saves your clients thousands? Or are you the luxury advisor who creates these amazing bespoke experiences? Here's the thing. You can't be all 3. You have to pick your lane and completely own it. Now, that brand promise gets delivered through something the source calls radical personalization. This isn't about buying expensive closing gifts. No, it's about the small, intentional stuff. Remembering their kid has a big soccer tournament, sending a handwritten note a month after they've moved in, the little things that make clients feel like you genuinely see them. That's what turns a client into a walking, talking advocate for your business.
All right, on to pillar number 2, scaling your skills. This is where your ambition has to meet your actual ability.
Every single agent needs to ask themselves this question and be really honest. Your personality, your charm, yeah, that gets you in the door, no doubt about it. But can it sustain and truly scale your business year after year? The answer is a hard no. Eventually, raw skill has to take the wheel. So, what are those mission-critical skills? The Precision Planner focuses on 4 key areas. You can kind of check yourself against this list. Number 1, negotiation, so you can truly empower your clients. 2, market analysis, so you can cut through the noise with actual data. 3, strategic tech use, using tools to make your human touch even better, not to replace it. And 4, financial literacy, so you actually know your own numbers inside and out. And now we've arrived at our final and, arguably the most important pillar, embracing the unsexy work of discipline. It's not glamorous, it's not exciting, but it is the absolute foundation for getting predictable, sustainable results. Just look at the difference here. Grow my business. I mean, what does that even mean? It's just a wish. It's a cloud of wishful thinking that you can't measure. But a goal like close 24 transactions, now that is a target. That's something you can actually aim for and build a real plan around. And to make it even more real, you tie that transaction goal to a number. Let's say your goal is to make $150,000 in gross commission. Now you've got a concrete number that you can work backward from.
And this is exactly how you do it. You don't just stare at that big, scary annual goal. You break it down 24 deals a year, that becomes 6 per quarter. Okay, that's 2 per month. Now you know exactly what you need to be doing every single week, every single Monday to stay on track. This is what discipline looks like in the real world. So when you look ahead to 2026, it really all comes down to a choice. You have two very different paths you can take.
On one side, you've got the reactor. This is the agent who's just getting tossed around by the market, hoping they catch a lucky break. And on the other side, you have the realist. That's our precision planner, calmly charting their own course, creating their own success because they've done the planning and sharpened their skills.
And this, right here, is the ultimate reward for being the realist. You get a career that's defined not by luck, not by timing, but by your own strategic, disciplined execution. You are in the driver's seat. So, I'll just leave you with this one thought. When December 2026 gets here and you look back on your year, what will it have been defined by? Reaction or precision? The choice is 100% yours, and the time to start planning is right now.